People denied assistance through the SEED program can again put forward their case for reconsideration. Minister for Social Development, Delma Thomas, says assessments are now carried out through a computerized system.
Because in the past, as politicians, people can come to us and a list of names can be given and these persons get on. It's no longer going to be that way. So it will be a case where the persons who get on is people who are really in need. In the past, we had persons who on, and because they are friend of the Minister of Government or friend of an officer within the ministry, they can access those programs. With that new SEED program, it is no longer that way. However, there's also other challenges because the assessment is done by the computer. The information you put in, you get a result based on that.
The minister added that in cases where someone fails the proximal test, they can appeal.
And therefore, you must have a process where people can object. In case a family might say, well, we deserve that program, yet we fail the proximal testing, and therefore there's an appeals process, or there must be an appeals process. One of the things I explained earlier, there are some families who are asset rich. So, for example, in the Grenada context, before Ivan, many families had lands with nutmegs, and so they're able to build a nice wall house with bathroom and toilet and electricity. They never worked anyway. All they had was the land then. However, they get old, there's no income, but you have this big wall house, and the waiting from the questionnaire might say this person is rich because you're asset rich, but really you are poor. And therefore, even though you fail that process, you can appeal that process, and you can then get on once they believe that you are genuinely in need.
Since the implementation of the SEED program, there have not been many cases to address, according to SEED manager Leonora Buckmeyer. She says over 30 cases were overruled since the appeals committee was put in place.
The committee would have had 4 meetings so far and would have attended to in excess of 30 appeals that they would have all overruled. Based on what Minister alluded to, that we do have persons who are asset rich and income poor. So obviously, when those cases were looked at, we saw I'm the secretary to that committee as the SEED manager, and saw the need for those persons to be enrolled into the SEED program. We are now looking at, for the full implementation of SEED, expanding this committee to have 3 committees that would be more efficient in terms of addressing the cases. So this is high priority on our agenda at this time.
Truancy officers are placed in schools, according to the minister, to monitor the attendance of children whose parents receive allowances. Minister Thomas says, should someone be found in default, an investigation will be carried out before they can be removed from the program, as there may be underlying issues. The appeals committee was appointed by Cabinet and includes representatives from partnering ministries such as health and education and other community-based organizations. Christina John, GBN News.